Okay, everyone, it's time for your reading lesson. I've spoken with a lot of you about your progress, and many of you have made your table of contents and you've started writing, and I'm so excited about your topics and your ideas and some of the things that you've already told me. So let's see what else we can do as we write. But before that, for some of you who still need a reminder, let's go over the things that we've been doing recently. We're finishing our experiment in our composition book, and then on nice paper, we thought of a topic that we know a lot about and subtopics, and we wrote them down in our memo book. We created a table of contents, and we're writing a draft in our composition notebooks, and we are elaborating. Remember, to elaborate means to give more information. And we are using transition words. Remember those? Like first, second, then, after that. This is because what I mean by that is, okay, and we're using expert words to elaborate. So today I want to show you that you can use comparisons to help a reader understand. Use like or as to compare ideas to your topic so that readers can better understand what you're saying. Here's what I mean. Let's say you were going to teach somebody how to mop a floor, how to make a floor really clean. Well, you might do something like this. Soak the mop in a bucket until it's drenched or heavy, like long wet hair. See, like this part here, like long wet hair, this makes it easy to understand what you mean by drenched or heavy. Here's another example. Let's say you're teaching someone how to make cookies and you're talking about rolling the dough. Well, you might say something like this. Roll the dough until it is as flat as a thin book. Okay? Because if you say roll the dough until it is thin, well, thin could be a lot of different things. But when you say as flat as a thin book, well, that makes it much clearer. Okay, so you see we used like and we used as. Let's look at some more examples. So let's say you want to talk to somebody about, you're writing about roller skates and how to tie the laces. Well, you can say this, tie the laces of the roller skates like you would with boots or ice skates. Okay, well, that makes it easier to understand because maybe somebody doesn't know very much about roller skates, but they do know about boots and ice skates. Okay, and we use the word like to help us explain that. Okay, let's try one more. Let's say you're talking about taking care of a dog and you're talking about where a dog should sleep and how you can make your dog comfortable. Well, you can say something like this. Give your dog a place to sleep that is as soft as a pillow. Okay? If you only said, give your dog a place to sleep that is soft, well, okay, I mean, I can kind of imagine it, but this makes it even easier to understand, as soft as a pillow. So again, we're using like and we're using as. You might remember this from yesterday's video, okay? The D-pad is the flat part of a video game controller that helps move characters on a game screen. It's almost like a steering wheel. Ah, well, most people know what a steering wheel is, so it makes it easier to understand what a D-pad is. Let's look at one more example, and this is also from the last video. Okay, and there was also this example yesterday of a baseball stitch. A stitch is a way of sewing the outer layers of a baseball together. A baseball is stitched just as clothes are. Okay? Now, yesterday, we didn't have this part. A baseball is stitched just as clothes are. But you know what? It makes it much easier to understand the word stitch, which is lingo, which is an expert word. Okay, so I want you, if you're talking about dogs or Minecraft or riding a bike or doing anything that has some expert words or lingo, you need to explain them. Okay, and a great way to do it is to use like or as to make comparisons to things people already know. So remember, in our writing, we're using transition words to elaborate, we're using expert words to elaborate, and we're going to use comparisons to things that your readers can easily understand. Okay, boys and girls, that's all for today. Make sure you keep working on your writing. You don't want to fall behind. And make sure your writing doesn't get so difficult that you don't understand it. Remember, you're writing about something that you know very well. Okay? All right, that's it for today. The end.